Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, before we get to sports, we have an update from Kevin. We were talking about 18% of Chicagoans have been told they're mowing their lawn wrong by other neighbors or anybody unsolicited coming up to them. It's caused fights. It's called the police to come. It's broken up relationships. And Kevin had checked in from Indiana and told a story about Case's dad Case told us his dad drove a Dixie Chopper lawnmower.
Those are nice, baby.
Up to $36,000 for one of those.
That's for the professionals.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Case wasn't allowed to drive it.
No,
Nope.
I've never mowed a lawn.
Never mowed a lawn. So Kevin had told us a story about how he drove one of those into Shorewood Lake in Indiana, and we just needed more information. Well, he
Yes.
replied.
So he was a maintenance man. It was his job, not to drive it into the lake, but to be on it in the first place. And he wrote, along the edge of the lake, there are a bunch of steep sections of grass which are supposed to be trimmed by hand with the weed whacker.
Yeah.
I figured if I had enough speed and angled the mower right, I could get it done in a jiffy. I did not get it done in a jiffy.
That is such an accurate assessment of the situation.
Oh, just
By
can
him.
you imagine the second that thing started sinking? He's like,
Yeah.
this is going to be a tough one to explain since they specifically told me this area had to be done by hand.
Let me tell you something, Kevin. In life, you have risk-reward moments in your life that you always have to go through.
Yes.
You did the right thing there.
Oh, did he?
That was a right risk-reward situation. Now, it ended poorly, but when you look back on that, I hope you look back on it that you made the right decision, even though it didn't end like you wanted it to. With the $15,000 lawnmower in the lake.
I think the employer would beg to differ.
Most likely.
Yeah.
If they're listening, they could actually call up Kevin if you want to get them on the phone and explain it better. But it reminds me, when I worked at a golf course, I had to drive the range ball picker-upper machine, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know what that is.
Is that the one with the cage on it?
It's the thing with a cage.
Oh, where you smash it to the ground and pick up the balls?
Well, that's doing it by hand. But the machine would go around and pick it up. It looks kind of like a crop machine you'd see on the farm or whatever. It picks up all the golf balls.
It was kind of like Hungry Hungry Hippo, but for golf balls.
Very good. Very good reference.
Thank you.
So there was a hill, and we were supposed to get out, much like our friend Kevin here, and use the hand thing to pick up the golf balls.
On the hill.
On the hill.
I already like this.
So I, much like Kevin, which is why I think it's a good risk reward, thought I could drive the machine up the hill, and if I turned it quick enough, it wouldn't tip
You
over.
just start coming back
and
down.
come right back down.
Yeah.
I did not do that. I did not pick up those balls in a jiffy, like Kevin says. The machine tipped over onto the door, and I couldn't get out. So golfers that were on the driving range started laughing at me, just driving the ball right at the cage while I'm sitting there trapped for life.
I was going to say, when you were in that ever, did they aim for you? Because I feel like I've seen that before.
Every day.
Yeah.
And they always aimed for me. And I'm trapped in there, and I didn't know what to do for about a good 15 minutes, and they're just driving range balls at me while the cage is shut. And finally, someone ran out, that a maintenance worker said, "You got to kick the roof out to get out."
So he tried the same thing.
It's like Mission Impossible all of a sudden.
Were you yelling for help while you were in there?
Oh, I was going, "Help! Help! Somebody go talk to the pro shop and get somebody to help." And they're laughing.
This is the mistake you made. You can't yell that many things.
Well,
Somebody call the pro 899 like, what do you can't do that. It's too much information. You have to stick with help.
I really wanted to do that. And so then
Someone's like, do you hear that guy talking, Sabrina?
So eventually I squished my 6'4" body. Even yes, at 14 years old, I was 6'4", and I had to squish out, and I couldn't kick the roof out. More embarrassment from the guys hitting balls at me. So it drove them and encouraged them to drive the balls harder and more often at me.
They're trying to knock the roof off for you. You couldn't get it.
Eventually, I kicked the roof out, and then they kept driving the balls at me while I'm I'm covered. I'm naked.
The car
Oh, no, I just got out of there.
and left?
I left it there. The range balls could stack up at that point.
Oh, my gosh,
Yeah.
Brian.
I had taken enough that day. That was a day we lost a lot of good men out there, or just me, pretty much. Yep. So Kevin, I relate to you very much on that. You did the right thing. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Something historic happened in the White Sox game. A victory? No, that's not it. We'll talk about it after Fuel.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Little fuel for Maria checking in from Oak Forest. Maria Dean said, "Hey, I'm listening in Oak Forest today." Thank you. We appreciate
I
you
know,
listening.
and she's like a first-time texter.
Yeah, I love that. Love when the first-time texters come in. You know, just so you know, when you text the show, we can see your whole thread from when you texted like last year stuff you said.
Hey, you don't want to hear something weird? sometimes people change their name. So somebody will be like, Roy, and then the next time they text in, they're like, it's Dan. I'm like, it's not. Last week you said it was Roy. I can see this. What are you doing?
We know who you are.
I'm like, are you sure it's not Roy? And then they like won't respond. Like, it scares them. I'm like, I'm not following you.
Yep.
I saw you text 7 hours ago as Roy.
And remember, Kenzie's good at doing that deep dive in the social media and texting world to find out all the answers.
I'm going to find you. I don't like being lied to.
All right, so it's sports sponsored by our great friends at the Marquee Network. Stream Cubs baseball at watchmarquee.com.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
I hope you watched the epic Cubs game yesterday on the Marquee Network. Cubs won 3 in a row for the first time since April.
Yay.
That stat sounds terrible.
You'd be happy about it.
I'm happy. Listen, they shut out one of the best offenses in Major League Baseball, the Orioles. They have the same record as they had last year at this exact time, but let's focus on the positives. Shota Imanaga had 6 strikeouts and one more tonight in Baltimore. So, it looked good. Great game. One more there for the Orioles. White Sox on the south side. So remember I mentioned my wife went down there with her work people, had a suite, and went down to the White Sox game, and she didn't say anything about this when she got home, meaning I don't think she knew this happened, that history happened at the White Sox game yesterday. So it was a doubleheader. She was at game 1. Mm-hmm. And Michael Kopech threw the first White Sox immaculate inning. An immaculate inning is when the pitcher strikes out all 3 batters with 9 pitches.
Beautiful.
That's the first time that's happened in 101 years with the White Sox. It was August 22nd, 1923. And it was Hollis Sloppy Thurston who did that against the Philadelphia Athletics.
Sorry, what is that name?
So his name is Hollis Sloppy Thurston.
That sounds like a name of like a pig at the state fair. Doesn't it?
Why do you think they called him Sloppy besides that point in your head there?
Did he drink a lot?
It's a good guess.
I'm guessing back then it would be like because of that.
In the 20s, I believe. Prohibition was in the 20s, right?
Late 20s.
Could you drink while you played baseball back then? Like, I feel like I see videos of these huge guys just smoking and getting wasted.
They used to walk to the mountain, flick the cigarette off the mountain, throw the bottles
out. Bowling alley, so I don't know. Is that wrong?
Case, the producer, did a deep dive on Sloppy, Hollis Thurston. Why'd they call him Sloppy, Case?
Yeah, first of all, I spent so much time researching Sloppy yesterday. Second of all, they called him Sloppy because he was so well dressed, they were doing it ironically. It's like when you call a fat kid tiny, it's the same vibe.
Yeah.
That sucks to be so great that you get a bad nickname. What kind of reward is that?
Imagine the kind of suit he was putting on in 1923 after the game, too, with a vest, probably a bow tie and a top hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
A cane.
He looked like he was running for president.
He was the Monopoly man.
Mr. Peanut over here.
He's leaving Comiskey like the Monopoly man. Hey, Sloppy, where you going, eh? Well, they didn't talk like that back then. They went like, I don't know, hello, Sloppy. Where are you going for an after-dinner meal, after-game meal, huh?
You fancy pants?
Mr. Sloppy. So they're off today, and the Pirates come in tomorrow. Finally, for the NASCAR Chicago Street Race, I just mentioned the cleanups going on down there. Bubba Wallace has now been fined $50,000 for ramming his car. They called it a door slamming. So basically what happened was the winner, Alex Bowman, in the NASCAR race, caused a collision earlier in the race that knocked Bubba Wallace out of chance to win the race. But he got back in the race, but he was just too far behind at this point. So here's the audio of I love the NASCAR announcers. So basically the race was over. They're just doing a little cool-down lap, and Bubba Wallace just slams his car into Alex Bowman.
And Bubba Wallace decides to, remember earlier at the 48, spun the 23.
I mean, they could have said, there's an accident. Now, it almost killed him.
It sounded boring.
Yeah, it just sounded
like nothing happened.
I get it. In NASCAR, this happens. He was just doing a little payback to remind him. And even Alex Bowman apologized at the end of the race, saying, I apologize to the guys, the other 23 guys. I just messed up, and that's what caused the accident when the track was still a little wet. He said, I was trying to get my windshield wiper on.
What?
So those NASCARs have windshield wipers, just like our cars. And he was trying to get that on. And when he did that, he turned his car a little bit and caused an accident so Bubba Wallace couldn't finish. I'm sorry I'm laughing at that so much, but he just turned his windshield wiper on, and that's what caused the problem.
Wow.
He was reaching for it. Couldn't find it, you know?
Oh, it's tough. Sometimes it happens.
I know a lot of those new cars got a lot of little
Well,
gadgets.
sometimes it's flipped around. You put your blinker on an accident. Like, damn it.
Maybe his wife drove the car before him and moved something and
The
he couldn't
seat's
see.
in the wrong spot.
That's
Messes the whole
right.
thing up.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
And Clash with Kenzie is brought to you by the Schaumburg Boomers.
Feel the boom.
Visit Schaumburg Boomers. For tickets, go to boomersbaseball.com. Go get those tickets. And it's Brian and Kenzie here with the Renaissance Fair tickets on the line. Remember, Alex is going to be competing, but if he loses, then everybody still has a chance at him, so everybody should stay put. So Alex checking in from North Lake, Ahoy. Tell us something about yourself, buddy.
Today's my birthday, man. I've been listening to you guys for a really long time. I love your voices. I don't really know what you look like. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm sure you're attractive people.
So if you find out I'm hideous, you're just not listening anymore.
Hey, Kenzie, my first was named Kenzie. I hope you're not like 32 years old, are you?
I'm 29.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought you meant your
dude,
first kid. You mean your first, like, the person you had sex with?
Yeah, my first.
I thought he meant kid, too, and I thought maybe, like, you would be a long-lost kid is something he was trying to say. That's how I took it. Did
Like,
you take it
knew
that
her
way?
name and then decided never to see her again. No, we did not have sex.
I love
Okay.
her. I love
At least
her.
first.
I love her. We'll name her Kenzie. Now I'll just leave her at a fire station.
Well, listen, when you love something, you have to let them go.
That's right. That's what they always say.
Yeah. Then they come back and
I
kill
mean,
you.
low key, you guys kind of sound alike, but I know, yeah, you're 3 years younger than me, so it wasn't you.
It sounds like you say that in court. Listen, I know she was of age.
Oh, Lord. That's a good story.
All right, here we go. Let's play some trivia.
All right. First 1 to 5 wins. Listen carefully. Remember, Alex, that if Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. So listen to the questions carefully. She can do the same to you. Alex, on your birthday, I flipped a coin. Call heads or tails?
They say tails never fails, but I'm going to go ahead.
You're right. It's heads. There you
Wow,
go.
well done.
I don't know who
I
invented
love the thought process. There's only two choices.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so question number 1, Alex. Mary Todd served as the first lady for which president? Mary Todd.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, the Lincoln, land of Lincoln. Kenzie, what dance move was popularized after actor Alfonso Ribeiro used it in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
The Carlton.
The Carlton. Now get up and do the Carlton for another point. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
What?
You don't have to do that.
Really?
Let's see. Alex, what was the last name of the family on the show John and Kate plus 8? The last name.
Oh, man. I want to say
3.
I want to say Olsen.
Olsen. Well, no, it's not Olsen.
You think of Mary and Kate?
Yeah.
That's what you think of?
Yeah.
Mary Kate Olsen. It's a Goslin.
It's Goslin. That's
Yeah.
right. Close to Olsen.
Same vibes.
Similar letters.
Let's see. Back to Kenzie.
That's right. 2-1 back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, what 2000s comedy focuses on the importance of the Catalina wine mixer?
Oh, Step
Oh,
Brothers.
come on.
I'm just going in order, bud. I'm just going in order.
3-1 back to Alex.
It's the Catalina effing wine mixer, okay?
It's the effing Catalina wine mixer.
This is how I make my nut.
I'm due for a Step Brothers rewatch. It feels like it's going to hit the spot.
So good.
All right, 3-1 back to Alex.
Alex, what is the shape of DNA known as? So DNA has a shape. 3,
DNA has a shape.
2. Give me a shape.
I'm just going to guess spiral. 'Cause I know
Spiral?
it kind of looks like that, but I know it's not it.
Always guess something. It's not a spiral. Kenzie?
A double helix?
It's a double helix is what it's called. Wow.
Wow, nice sensor.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Well, you couldn't get that
I've
one.
been humbled.
That was
I-
fair.
I'm being humbled right now. Whenever I
You sound
listen,
angry at me. You don't sound humble.
whenever I listen, I'm always yelling at the other player, thinking like, "Oh my goodness, how are you losing this?" And now I'm them.
This is a universal experience. The amount of trash that gets talked on the phone when I'm figuring out who's going to play Clash with Kenzie for the day. They all think they can take her down, and then they all wind up in this situation where it's back to Kenzie, and she's ahead 4-1. She can win with the correct answer.
Wow.
You hit me with that very first. You hit me with that very first question, Mary Todd. I was like, all right, this is gonna just everything I thought it would be, and now I'm down 4-1 with the chance for Kenzie to win. Right?
Oh boy. So Kenzie, in what sport would you find a golden duck? In what sport?
A golden duck?
Yes.
A golden duck. I don't know. That sounds like polo. Sounds rich.
Not polo, but you always guess something. Alex, do you know?
I might just be guessing at this point, but I was just in Europe, Asia, and Australia and Africa, and I think I'm just gonna go with I'm gonna go with cricket.
Mm-hmm.
Cricket's right, but we got to ask you why you were in where? Australia, Russia, where were you? Where were you?
Those aren't even next to each other. How are you in this many places?
I was in Europe, Asia, Australia, and Africa. I was doing a soul search.
Oh, did you find it?
I found it in a dive bar in Ankara, Turkey.
Fun.
Good Lord.
My man. All right.
Okay.
He's got 2. Kenzie's got 4. It's back to Alex.
Alex, what breed of dog was used to popularize the phrase "Yo quiero Taco Bell"?
Oh, man, finally I get an easy one. Thank you. Chihuahua.
Chihuahua's right. Now we're 4-3, so you never know what's going to happen here.
All right, right now it's back to Kenzie.
But the problem is Kenzie can win with the next answer here, okay? So, Kenzie, what year did the War of 1812 end? So
that sucks. I was really excited for a minute. You know how I feel about war questions. I'm gonna give it 2 years. I'm gonna say 1814.
It's not 1814, Alex. You can tie it up with this one.
She said 1814.
I did.
3, 2.
I'm gonna go 1813.
Oh, went the wrong way. 3-year war, 1815.
All right, back
That took a while.
It did.
What were they figuring out? No one can tell me what the war was about.
Back to Alex again. He's got 3. Kenzie's got 4.
Alex, what is the capital of Wisconsin?
I gotta go Madison.
It is Madison. Tied up 4. Next one wins. See, what a comeback, son.
Here we go.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Yes.
Win or lose. Those are my 2 options. No, I'm kidding. Win or lose. Win or lose. I'm just happy I pushed this thing from 4-1 to 4-4. So
There
it's
you
been
go,
a good
honey.
day.
Yeah.
Because you found your soul.
There you go.
That's important.
In that briefcase in Pulp Fiction, that's where his soul was.
That's right. Ooh, good callback.
All right.
4-4. Back to Kenzie. She can win with the correct answer.
Kenzie.
So help me God if you say the word war. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
In Rome, okay, here we go. Kenzie, what is the title of the direct sequel to 50 Shades of Grey? Remember that movie, 50 Shades of Grey?
Of course I remember that movie.
Every woman saw that 48 times.
Yes, I love that movie.
And loved it.
Hey, it's 50 Shades Darker.
Oh! Damn it. Oh, boy. Well, listen, Alex, that was a good run. See, you feel good about yourself.
See, you said you'd feel good no matter what. Remember?
I do. I feel good no matter what, but I knew that one, and I thought you sounded like you didn't know it, so I was prematurely celebrating.
Oh, no. I love that series. Settle down. You've underestimated.
Does the premature celebration happen often?
I know.
Sorry if I'm prying
Well,
there.
it's his birthday, though, so let's still give him that prize pack.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll give you something anyway, okay?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Prize packs coming your way, so hang tight. In the meantime, when we come back after Bad Omens in 3 minutes, everybody's got a chance at the Bristol Renaissance Fair 4-pack of tickets for this weekend and actually most of the summer, so stay here.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, before we get to Gil Curtis in your headlines, let's tell you what's going on in the next 10 minutes. So, 10 minutes away, Ticket Blitz Thursday. We launch it. We have 4 packs of tickets for Vampire Weekend. Woo! So, 8 a.m., and then we'll do it again at 9 a.m., and then it will go through Lauren's show, or Dougie Styles filling in for Lauren this week, and then Brian Phillips. So every hour today, starting in 10 minutes, you will have Vampire Weekend tickets handed to you. So stay right here for that. Also, we'll announce the movie Case is going to review on Friday, which this one, I really can't wait for him to see. This one, it relates to a recent story this week about an actor that's involved in that movie. And then I said something free today for you that you might be driving by one right now. Chances are you are. It's Free Slurpee Day.
Yay!
It's 7-Eleven Day, obviously. So it's the 97th anniversary of 7-Eleven, which means you can go in and get a free small Slurpee at 7-Eleven, no purchase necessary. And a reminder, you can go to Speedways too, because 7-Eleven owns Speedway gas stations now.
I did not know that.
So when you ever see a Speedway and you're thinking, I'd love a Slurpee, you can go get one in there.
They're still free in there?
This deal will still, for today, it will happen.
Ooh la la.
And then if you're a rewards member with the app and stuff, you can actually sign up for another free Slurpee between tomorrow and July 31st. So it's a lot of free Slurpees.
A lot of free stuff going on.
What do you have a go-to Slurpee flavor?
I really like everything blue, but I just can't do it because I just look like I made out with a Smurf every time. It's horrible the rest of the day.
Because I was just
looking. Tongue down.
It's funny you said that because I was looking at one that I didn't know about necessarily because I just go to get I love the Coke Slurpee. Just give me the Coke.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of reminds me of the movie theaters. I feel like that was a big thing that happened at movie theaters a long time ago.
It's probably basic because I think Case probably gets this one and you probably want this one, but you don't want to look like you made out with a Smurf. The Mountain Dew Pitch Black Slurpee.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you hear my voice right now, swerve your way into a 7-Eleven or a Speedway and get the Mountain Dew Pitch Black Slurpee. It's unbelievable.
What does that taste like? What does Pitch Black taste like?
It's a grape-based flavor.
They describe it as, so it's Mountain Dew and a dark citrus punch in the Slurpee.
Yep.
And it looks like, purple.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh.
It's awesome. The innovation at Mountain Dew right now is just through the roof. It's unbelievable what they're doing.
That department is just hard at work.
I just can't believe the flavors they're rolling out right now.
Well, there's a lot of science going on there.
There is. We figured out COVID. They're like, all right, back to Mountain Dew flavors.
Amen. A lot of scientists love the game.
Do you know there's a vitamin water zero sugar Slurpee?
I don't want vitamin water in my
Slurpee. That entire
Slurpee.
thing sounds like ass. I want nothing to do with that.
Well, some people want that kind of option. They want the zero sugar.
Don't have a Slurpee. You're not,
I'm with you, Kenzie.
If you're not going to do it, just don't do it.
But it's free Slurpee Day,
No.
so this is for everybody.
That's just stupid. I'm going to get a cup of ice.
It's very inclusive.
What are they going to do, broccoli flavor next?
That's just awful.
Listen.
Vitamin and the word zero sugar and then my Slurpee? I don't think so.
No, thank you.
Listen, I work out. I'm trying to lose weight right now, but if I'm going to have the Slurpee, I'm going to have the Slurpee. It's ridiculous. Case, will you go watch a 7-Eleven really fast?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, there's one near us.
Yeah, it's Murderer's Row over there.
Yes.
Because we've got...
I call it the gangbang.
We have a street nearby the station that's got a Taco Bell.
Yes.
Jimmy John's.
A Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
No, it's got a Jimmy John's and a Jersey Mike's.
The greatest city in the world. Greatest city in the world.
And then a 7-Eleven, and then is it called Baja Beach, the burrito place?
Baja Burrito, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, Baja Burrito.
No,
sounds
Burrito
right.
Beach, right?
Burrito Beach? I don't know what place you're talking about.
And then next to that is a Baskin Robbins.
Amen.
It is Murderer's Row.
I notice you don't mention the Planet Fitness that's right nearby, too.
No.
That's stupid. That's not part of it.
God.
That's where you get your vitamin water,
That's
zero
right.
sugar Slurpee. You're going to be a lame ass.
So go to 7-Eleven today, a free small Slurpee, no purchase necessary. And also, like I said, Speedway gas stations have it too. If you weren't aware of that, go get it. Now it's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is National State Fair Food Day. And totally by coincidence, it's also National Clogged Artery Awareness Day. Lena Dunham canceled her latest movie. Lena Dunham is at the point in her career where even Lena Dunham doesn't want to watch Lena Dunham. Whoopi Goldberg has written a comic book about a woman who gets superpowers from menopause. It's called Has Lots of Cats Woman. And Target is going to stop accepting checks. So tough news for senior citizens who will have to find a new way to turn a checkout line into an eternal hellscape. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.